ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Okay. So now we came to said we are ready to start the text. Okay. So now there is a last ditch attempt to stop. Okay. One last ditch attempt. What is that? Saying Brahma Sutras does not have a Mangalacharanam, therefore not traditional. Therefore don't study it. This is like saying I don't put a vibhuti, therefore I am not a traditional teacher. Okay. But that is also answered. Okay. What is that verse? Sarvavasteshu nasti tesham amangalyam yesham hridayasto mangalayatanam harihi. Okay. Sarvada sarvakaryeshu. In all times, in all things that they do, sarvakaryeshu. Nasti tesham amangalyam. There is no amangalyam. There is nothing not sacred for whom yesham hridayastaha, in whose heart resides Mangalayatanam Harihi. Harihi, the Lord, who is nothing but Mangalayatanam itself. So, that is one argument used to say that it need not have a separate Mangalacharanam. There is another argument also. Okay? Like how you can use a sound for Mangalacharanam. Like how in a wedding, you play the Nagaswaram. Okay? There's a difference between Nagaswaram and Shanai. Okay? Yeah. Shanai has got a little bit more mournful sound. Maybe appropriate, thinking it's a marriage. Okay. Jokes apart. Okay. The thing. So that itself is supposed to be a Mangala Suchakam. So what is that? What Shanai is being played here? Atashabdaha. Atashabdaha, Omkara, etc. are Mangala Suchakani. Omkara Atashabdascha Dvaveto Brahmana Pura Kantam Bhitva Vinaryapto Tasmat Mangalika Vubhau. It seems that Brahmaji in the creation, starting of creation, said Om Ataha. Creation is complete. Since the whole creation was complete with just two words, Om Atha. Atha is considered a sacred symbol. And the sutra starts with Athato Brahma Jignasa. Not the meaning, the sound itself is Mangala Suchakani. Okay? Therefore, study it. What is the question? Mangala Charanam is also there. Okay? Mangala Charanam is also there. Okay? Yeah. All right. So when you start the Brahma Sutra, it starts with a Purvapaksha. The first sentence is Purvapaksha. Okay? Don't mistake it for Siddhanta. Okay? He starts with a Purvapaksha. Why? Because he wants to establish the impossibility of some things. Okay? And you will find all the Vedanta arguments are used against Vedanta. Okay? So let us read the first sentence. Yushmad asmat pratyaya gocharayoho vishya vishinoho tamaprakashavad viruddha swabhavayoho itretra bhava anupapattau siddhayam tad dharmanam pi sutaram itretra bhava anupapattihi. Okay. Anupapattihi ityataha अस्मत् प्रत्यय गोचरे विषयिनी चिदात्मके युष्मत् प्रत्यय गोचरस्य विषयस्य तद्धर्माणां च अध्यासा तद्विपर्येन विषयिणः तद्धर्माणां च विषये अध्यासः मिथ्या इति भवितुं युक्तम्. Okay, so here he is saying Yushmat asmat pratyaya gocharayoho. What is known as you and I. Actually, he's talking about the body, or he's talking about the world. Either way you can take it. Both are true. So actually the term used should have been idam. Asmad I, idam should have been used. But he deliberately uses the word yushmad, you. Why? To make the difference clear. Okay. Yushmad asmat pratyaya goche. Okay. Vishya vishino. Tama prakashavad viruddha svabhavayoho. Itaretra bhava anupapattihi. So let us take this word first. Itaretra bhava. Itaretra, one becoming the other. So he says, you and I, or I and this, one cannot become the other. Itaretra bhava, not possible. That means what? One actually become the other is not possible. Tadadmyam is not possible, in other words. Okay, tadadmyam, one becoming the other. Okay, it's just not possible because it's you and I. And not only tadadmyam is possible, even Vishesha Visheshana is not possible. Qualities cannot be. Qualities cannot be. Okay? Like dharma and dharmi. Orange cloth. The color orange has tadatmyam as a guna. As a guna for the cloth. See, that is also not possible. Itaretra bhava is not possible. Guna guni sambandha is not possible. Why? Because samsarga is not possible. For samsarga, at least one of both should be sa avayavam, should have parts. Here one is partless. So what type of samsarga are you going to have on it? Okay. This cloth, this kurta has got parts, this body has parts, therefore samsarga is possible, I can wear it. Body has parts, kurta may be one piece, but still you can, it still has got avayavas, beginning, end, everything is there. Okay. So because of that, here even that is not possible. Why? Because it is yushmat asmat pratyaya gocharaha. One is you and one is I. Pratyaya wise, vastutaha there is a difference. Okay. Vastutaha. As an object there is a difference. Okay. You, we are two different separate things. Pratyaya wise also difference. What is the stable or something? Pratiyate iti, this body. Pratiyate iti pratyaya. That which is known. That which is known. Pratiyate iti. And what is I? Pratiti iti. I am the one who is a seer. I am self-effulgent, self-established. So, pratyaya wise, I am self-evident, conscious being. All this is inert, has to come to light with a pramana. Therefore, pratyaya wise there is a difference. In reality there is a difference. Pratyaya wise there is a difference. Gochara wise also there is a difference. What is gochara? Gochara is vyavahara. Okay. So, a finite thing, body, mind, etc., has got function. Kartrutvam belongs to the body, mind, etc. Object, function available. Form follows function. Therefore, what function do I have? Akarta, bhokta. After all, you described your Atma is like that, na? Akarta, bhokta. So you don't have any function, no vyavahara is possible. One is full of vyavahara, one doesn't have vyavahara. Now look at it, threefold difference is pointing out. One is in terms of what, two different things. Second, in terms of pratyaya, how you know. Third, gochara vyavahara. Itaretra bhava anupapattihi. Not only that, now he goes further, okay? He goes further. That even adhyasa is not possible. Even adhyasa is not possible. Why? Tama prakashavad viruddha svabhavayoho. Like light and darkness, they are viruddham, opposites. How can two opposites be together? स्वामी जी हो सकता है hot and sweet, opposites, but in a Gujarati pickle both are together. Correct? That is possible because samsarga is possible. Two finite things, therefore samsarga is possible. Here tama prakashavad viruddha svabhavayoho, one is niravayam, therefore no samsarga is possible. If samsarga is not possible, this type of combination is also not possible. Guna-guni combination is not possible. Because, and tama prakashavad viruddha svabhavayoho. Even adhyasa is not possible because do you mistake a rope for a monkey? Do you mistake a rope for a monkey? You don't, no? Why? Hey, there has to be some sadrishyam, Baba. Some sadrishyam should be there. Yeah. You will mistake a rope for something similar, a snake or a crack on the earth? No. Latest news. The huge crack appearing in Africa. Yeah, whole crack. Of course, it will take 1,000,000 years for that crack to break free and the sea water to come in, ocean water to come in. But for a crack in the earth, a rope can be mistaken. Small crack, chota sa. Possible because similarities. Or maybe a garland somebody has thrown away. Possible. These type of mistakes are possible. But you are not going to mistake it for a monkey or an elephant or something. Are you going to mistake it for you being there? Tama prakashavad viruddha svabhavayoho. They are opposites. I and you. I and this. How can you even mistake? Now look at the arguments. Aikyam, oneness, one becoming the other, not possible. Tadatmyam, not possible. Samsarga, not possible. Adhyasa is also not possible. All the way. No. Correct? Okay. Okay. Prakasha, tama prakasha is svabha. Itaretra bhava anupavatpatti. Because of that, he says, tad dharmanam api sutretram itara bhava anupapatti. Therefore, the dharmas also can't be. If two things cannot be together by any of these, vasutaha, aikyam, or tadatmyam, or samsarga, or adhyasa, two things are not possible. Then how can their dharmas also mix together? Because you are saying the dharma of the body is taken as the atma, and the atma, how can that be? If dharma of the body is taken on the atma, atma will become object of perception. But that's not agreeable for you. If atma becomes body, then it has to become finite. That's also not acceptable to you. Therefore, dharmas also cannot be mixed up. In fact, for dharmas to be mixed up, dharmi has to be together. That means what? No adhyasa possible. Yeah, no adhyasa possible. Na pataniyam. Your jnanad moksha, not tenable. Not tenable. Not tenable. Now he is clarifying that further. Okay? He is clarifying, what he has said, he is clarifying further now. The Purvapaksha is still continuing. Ityataha. Therefore, asmat pratyaya gochare. Asmat pratyaya, I. Vishini. Okay? Chidatmake. Nothing but Chidatmaka. Limitless like Akasha. Okay? Limitlessness itself. Yushmat pratyaya gocharasya. The Yushmat pratyaya gochara. Which is what? Vishayanaha. Vishayasya. Tad dharmanam cha adhyasaha. The dharma is also adhyasaha. Not there. That means in me you cannot put body, mind, etc. Or the dharma of the body and mind, etc. also. Or adhyasa also not possible. नहीं हो सकता है. Why? तम प्रकाशवद विरुद्ध स्वभावयोः. We already established. Aikyam, tadatmyam, samsarga, not possible. Why? Vastutaha difference, pratyaya difference, pratyaya, pratiti, pratiyate iti difference, gochara, vyavahara difference. Vyavahara for the Atma is aupacharikam. That's why he is saying this. In the Vishayan, that is I, Chidatmake, Sachidananda Swarupe, Vishya, okay? Chidatmake, Sachidananda Swarupe, Yushmat Pratyaya Gochare. What is that? Vishayasya. Tad dharmanam api. Karta bhokta iti dharmanam api. Adhyasaha. Not possible. Tad vipriyena, or other way around. Vishinaha, in the Vishya, in the object, in the body, etc. Tad dharma, Vishini, in me, Sachidananda Swarupa, okay? My dharma, aupacharikena dharma, dharma of the objectifying everything, etc. That dharma, na? Vishya adhyasaha, in the Vishya, the object. Mithya iti bhavitam yuktam. Here the word mithya, be very careful here. Mithya has got two meanings. Okay? Mithya has got two meanings. One is what we are familiar with, sad asadbhyam, anirvachaniyam. But that is a technical meaning. Sad asadbhyam, anirvachaniyam is a technical meaning for the word mithya. What is the general meaning of the word mithya? Asad. Nasti iti, it is not there. It is not possible. This is a normal meaning of the word. In this case, Shankara uses it in the sense of normal usage, not possible. Nasad iti, nasti iti. Therefore, either way, all that you talked about adhyasa, nahi ho sakta. Because remember, the whole crux of the argument is tama prakashavad viruddha swabhava. Tama prakashavad viruddha swabhava. Why? I and you. Then other things come into the other things are explaining tama prakashavad viruddha swabhava. That I am the subject, you are the object. Okay? I am conscious, you are insentient. Body, etc. is insentient. I am conscious being. Body, mind is insentient. Okay. Kartrutvam, etc. belongs to the body. Okay. Manasa sankalpya, desired by the mind. Buddhya nischitya, decided by the kayena karma karoti. By the body, the guy does the action. Therefore, all karma. And what is Atma Swabhava? Atma Gochara is what? Objectify the whole thing. That's how you are present as Atma, isn't it? The Purva-Pakshan talking to the Vedanta, this is how you are present as Atma. If this is how you are present as Atma, what connection is there between the two? Yeah. In rustic Vedanta, there is a question asked, how do you tie a bald head with a bald knee? How do you tie them both together? What do you say that in Tamil? Motta thalaya and motta enna sambandham? Another question asked to illustrate this. This may seem a little bit anti-religion, but it's factual. Okay, what is the sambandha between Ghulam Ali Khan and Diwali? Because a Muslim is asked by the mullahs not to celebrate Diwali. So what is the connection between the two? Okay, there at least some samsarga is possible. Here what samsarga is possible? Two people. Of course there can be a samsarga. Between two people, Yushmat Asmat, between two people there can be a samsarga. Samsarga of being siblings, samsarga of being friends, samsarga of being partners, romantic partners, whatever. Physical samsarga, give a hug to each other. All that is possible. You and I. So is it not possible? That is all possible because there are two yous. Both are subject to objectification. Both are sa avayam. They have parts. Both are finite entities. Therefore, the relationship is between two finite entities. Here one is subject, another is object. So what type of samsarga is possible? Except objectification. That I'll accept. Because that's good for me. Okay, that's good for me. Yeah, because acceptable, no? That means there cannot be any connection whatsoever between I and body, mind, etc. and the whole world. That's what you say. Asangoyam Purushaha, etc. Complete asangatvam. Therefore, ये छोड़ो ये सब बात. अध्यासा सब छोड़ दो, नहीं होता है. Yeah. So see how intelligently he has built up the argument. First he built up purely on the basis of physicality. Okay? By saying, Vasutaha there is Veda. In terms of what you are, there is a Veda. Vasutaha, first. If Vasutaha Veda is, some sort of connection can be there. Tadatmya, guna guni tadatmya, qualities. For that samsarga is necessary, samsarga is not possible, therefore that is also not possible. Which is all acceptable to us, isn't it? Atma cannot become anatma, anatma cannot become the atma. Atma qualities cannot be there in the anatma, anatma qualities cannot be there in the atma. All this is Vedanta arguments. There is no samsarga between Atma and Anatma. They are both. One is asangaha, the other has got sangha with other finite things. So can you see, he has taken all the arguments in terms of factual. Functioning. All functioning is for the Anatma, not for I, the Atma. Asangoyam again. Okay. So my function only light up whatever comes in front of me. Sakshi Bhavam. All the arguments are Vedanta. This much acceptable. Therefore, there cannot be any form of physical association either in terms of the two entities or in terms of their gunas. But Swamiji, what about a crystal appearing as a ruby when you place it on a red cloth? Not a ruby, but it appears. Guna tadatmyam takes place. Why? Samsarga is there between the crystal and the cloth. There is a samsarga there. Because there is a samsarga there is tadatmyam of gunas. Accepted. Either kaisa ho sakta hai. Or are you saying that there is samsarga between Atma and Anatma? You can't say that. To get out of the argument, you can't say that because Atma is defined as asangaha. So the first line clarifies the fact that no connection is possible, either in terms of entities or in terms of gunas. Then he says, if these two are not possible, adhyasa is also not possible. See, it's an extension now. Adhyasa is also not possible. Why? By the way, another question. Is your adhyasa pramana siddham? No, no. That means it's not there. It's not pramana siddham. Okay. So adhyasa is not also not there. Adhyasa kaisa aayega? Any example you give me of adhyasa, there has to be some form of tadatmyam, samsargam has to be there. We already dismissed the impossibility of it. Dismiss the possibility of it. It's impossible. Presented as impossible. No samsarga, no tadatmya. Because look at any case of adhyasa you give me. Rope, snake, that, clay and pot, all of them. Yeah. Clay pot is vikara. You accept vikara for the Atma. Therefore, based on this fact that subject-object array, this thing, and there is no one becoming the other in physical terms, association also is not possible, tadatmyam, like guna-guni, because samsarga is not there. Therefore, iteretara bhava is not possible. If iteretara bhava between two objects are not possible, their gunas also cannot be iteretara bhava. Even in case of crystal and this thing, there is samsarga there. Rope, snake, adhyasa, possible because both are finite entities. Some gunas are common. Yeah. Some gunas are common. Therefore, one guna can be done. Can you say a samsarga between rope and snake is not possible? Forget the example. In general, is a samsarga between rope and snake possible? Of course. You can use this rope to tie up the snake or vice versa. Yeah, why not? Of course, it will take someone like Ganesha to do it, but he did it. Yeah, tied it around his waist. Too much of food he had eaten. He is going to burst forth. Took the snake and tied it. Yeah, there's a story like that. So, because gunas are similar, no? Yeah. Snake scales are rough to touch. The rope is also rough to touch. No? You think rope is smooth? A rope, proper rope. We are not talking about the strings that you talk about. Rope. Yeah. And we have worked with 18-inch Manila ropes. You have to wear gloves to handle them. Otherwise, halat ho jayega haath ka. So, iteretara bhava anupapatti. Guna mopi iteretara bhava anupapatti. Because you are presenting it as two different realities. You also say that, no? Two different degrees of reality. So how do two different degrees of realities mixed with each other? कैसा हो सकता है? Not possible. And if there is no connection like this, then he extends it. Says, adhyasa is not possible. How can you have adhyasa? Two people you can have adhyasa. You saw someone from the back. Hey, there's my friend standing there. You go and give him a whack on the back and he turns around. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were my friend. Thank God I'm not. You whacked me too hard. हो सकता है. Yeah. Because both are two objects. Do you mistake yourself for your friend at any time? You saw yourself in the mirror, hey, that's my friend standing there. Kabhi hota hai? Does such an adhyasa ever take place? Arey, I never realized all my hair has grown white. That you can say. But you don't mistake, hey, that's my friend in the mirror. Can you see that? Yeah.
It is important to understand that this adhyasa that you talked about
Yeah.
is about two known things.
Yeah. Adhyasa has always been in two known things. Huh?
When we explain Vedanta, it is
Yeah, exactly. It's an extending. Yeah. So that is, can you see how beautifully he is pointing out the limitations of most teachings? Plus another problem. Okay, since I'm digressing now from the text, but it is important to point out. This is a problem that happens when you say Atma and Atma Viveka, both are separate. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the problem. Hai usme. This is the inherent issue. So you have to be careful of the teaching also. That's why they say unless you understand this, your understanding of Vedanta is incomplete. Brahma Sutra completes your understanding of Vedanta, not otherwise. So, you can't mistake I and you. Even though I, physically I am known, you are also known. But still you are going to make a mistake. Why? Yushmad Asmat. Can you see why you use the term you? Yushmad Asmat. How can you mistake? Two Yushmads can be mixed. There is no two Asmad anyway. Only one Asmad. There is only one eye. No? There can't be two eyes. Two yous can be mistaken. Yeah. Two things can be mistaken to each other, as each other. Two objects can be missed. Two people can be missed. I and you कैसा हो सकता है? Even a mistake, is not possible. You don't mistake yourself to be a friend. Because all the examples of adhyasa you have seen are always between two things. And both of them have to be known to you. Purva drishtam is important, no? It has to be seen by you, known to you. Yeah. Therefore, adhyasa is also not possible. Okay. Not only Vishya, even the dharmas ka adhyasa is not possible. What dharma adhyasa is possible? Because adhyasa can be between two entities or just between the qualities. Like in a crystal, okay, or qualities. This happens often. Normally we use these examples for dharma adhyasa. Then one of my friends got married, so he gave a different example. Says this lady went shopping. She saw a nice sari, peach colored. Oh, so nice. In the shop. Then she brought it home and opened the package in natural light. Oh my God, I can't wear this color. I said, हाँ बराबर है, तू शादी की है, इसके लिए एग्जाम्पल देता है. Guna adhyasa has happened. Yeah. Dharma adhyasa has happened. हो सकता है. Why? It's an object. It's an object. So any case of adhyasa that you use to demonstrate will always be between two objects, two things, two entities, or their dharmas. Here, are you saying that there is an adhyasa of anatma dharma on you? How is it possible? In any case of dharma adhyasa, there has to be some samsarga. Idhar samsarga nahi hai. No, it is dharmi adhyasa. You don't mistake yourself to be a friend. Dharmi adhyasa is not possible. Yeah. Then tomorrow no, I am mistaking myself to the body. Tomorrow you must mistake yourself to be a pot then. Though I am developing a pot, but still. वो नहीं होता है. Yeah, even if you are pot bellied, you are not going to say I am a pot. Others may call you. That is Gauna Prayoga, that is. Lakshana Vakya, that is. Gauna. Then he'll go to the gym. And then he'll look. The trainer comes. अच्छा, जिमिंग के लिए तैयार हैं? हाँ. आपका गोल क्या है? Next 6 months, what's your goal? ऐसा बनने का है. He'll show a poster there. Someone with 6-pack abs. This guy has got a 44-inch waist and he's saying he wants to have 6-pack abs in 6 months. You don't mistake that guy to be you. You don't mistake you to be that guy. You want to be like that. That is possible. But mistaking is not possible. Not only that, you will not take a photograph of yourself, put up in the gym and say, we are looking similar. Can you say that? Udna bhi nahi honga. However deluded you are, you will not take a photograph of yourself as a pot-bellied guy and put it next to a bodybuilder and say, I look like that. Will you say that? Both are this thing. You won't. Dharma adhyasa are not possible. Dharma adhyasa is also not possible. Therefore, what is the stock of adhyasa? Nahi hai. Adhyasa is not there. If adhyasa is not there, jnanat moksha not there. Jnanat moksha not there. This is called anirmoksha prasangaha. You have a situation where anirmoksha. मोक्षा नहीं हो सकता है. Why मोक्षा नहीं हो सकता है? Because jnanam is not enough. Then you have to do something about it. If you have to do something about it, what will happen? Karma phala is finite. Therefore, you can have some nice experience. You know, yaar. You have been here, there, sab dunya dekh liya thoda. You have been to Turkey. Why you want to go to Turkey, I don't know, but whatever. Constantinople I want to see. I want to see the old city of Troy. द्वारका देखा, अयोध्या देखा, नहीं, लेकिन ट्रॉय देखने के. Okay, I can understand. Human beings, all desires can come up. Went on an Alaskan cruise to see the icebergs. ठीक है. अभी क्या बाकी है? एक हेवन का चक्कर लगा देगा. देखेगा क्या होता है. Okay, done. So that's the maximum you will get, na? Karmana na moksha. Karma phalam will be there. Finite entities. Okay, finite things you will get. That's right. Yeah. But one thing is there. Indians, when you go on an Alaskan cruise, you will carry all khakra, nuts, everything you will take with you. Why? मैं वेजिटेरियन हूँ, उधर सब क्या करेगा? नहीं, वेजिटेरियन फूड यू विल गेट देयर, नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. यार वो सब क्या हॉरिबल होता है. ब्रेड एंड चीज और कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. Then what is the point in traveling? One huge experience which is food knocked off. At least try their vegetarian food. Only one place I will try, say don't try non-vegetarian food, will be places like Sweden and Norway and all that. You know what is one of their favorite foods? They'll bury a shark in the soil for 3 months and then take it up and eat it. Rotten meat. Okay. There's a limit to what you are willing to try. Even my sailing days, that much. That I am not willing to try. I don't want to eat something rotten. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so you will go to heaven and you are a strict Brahmana boy here. Typical Orthodox Brahmana boy with this thing doing Sandhya Vandanam 3 times a day and all. And there you're offered Suram na pibet, don't drink alcohol. Arey, that is for earth. Those laws are for earth. This is heaven. Problem हो जाएगा उधर उसको उधर ही. Yeah. One of the apsaras comes to you. नैष्ठिक ब्रह्मचारी हूँ मैं. अरे वो तो वो लाइफ में है, not here. Different. Rules are different. Dimension is different. You'll have a problem you'll have there. It'll require some convincing. Then you'll, हाँ बराबर है, ठीक है. Desha dharma should be followed. Where? When you go to heaven, not here on earth, okay? Don't go to Bangkok and say Desha dharma should be followed. Problem हो जाएगा. So, anirmoksha, because adhyasa is not possible, moksha is not possible. Karma phala is finite. तो क्या करेगा? क्या करेगा? चाय पियो, खाओ पियो, मजा करो और क्या? खाएंगे पिएंगे ऐश करो. That's all that's available. Can you see what he has done? Beautiful. Used all the arguments of Vedanta against Vedanta and dumping it. Now those of us here who wants to be staunch Hindus, this, that, etc. Go listen to Sheikh Naik's arguments. He uses all the arguments that Hindus have given to promote Islam. Got a very seductive way of talking. Very nice. I like the guy in this aspect. All the arguments of Hinduism he applies to Islam. We are eternal. Islam was always there. And another sheikh has refuted him and saying Muhammad was a mythological figure. Whatever he wrote as a Quran was modified by the Caliph 200 years after. Hadith came 200 years after. So we are not even sure whether Muhammad was a historical character. That's a sidelight, okay? But what I want to say is, I want you all to see how the arguments we are presenting for Vedanta normally that you have heard is all used to dismiss Vedanta. Because if you dismiss adhyasa, there is nothing like Vedanta. There is nothing like Vedanta. That's why he says mithya iti bhavitam uktam. So here mithya is, you have to interpret it as not tenable, asad. I think in a technical Vedanta text, very rarely it is used like this. In technical Vedanta text, but it is used. One or two places I have come across it, I don't remember exactly other places. Here, definitely is used like this. Mithya iti bhavitam uktam. Okay. Now, having said this much, yeah?
I just wanted to understand this thing. So, the Purva Pakshi is saying that, given that there are two very different entities, therefore adhyasa is not possible.
Correct. Yeah.
So that is based on the assumption that these are two fundamentally different things, which Vedanta says that both of these are ultimately Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam.
Correct.
And therefore adhyasa is possible.
Now, how are we saying it? You have to understand, we are not, this is a Purva Paksha only. Now he has to answer these questions and show that adhyasa is still possible. The question is that because Atma is Satyam Anantam Brahman, you are saying that adhyasa is not possible. Correct. All the arguments that has given, Atma Asangaha, therefore if it is Asangaha, how can there be samsarga, this, that, etc. All the arguments are Vedanta arguments. Now, because of this, there is one reading, what is the next one, Tatapi? Yeah. There is one reading which says, okay, now this is the way Swamiji taught me. 2-3 times I heard it, this is it. And this is the way I like to present it also. And this is the way most traditional present it. But there are readings where it says, therefore, if you are mistaken one for the other, it is mithya. It is mithya. Therefore, the word there, mithya, is used technically and saying, because of all these things, it is happening mithya. Okay? But argument wise, that is not the argument. Because then there is no need. Yeah, yes, you are used the arguments of Vedanta to prove connection is not possible. So that is not a Purvapaksha then. That is not a Purvapaksha. It is presented as a Purvapaksha. Therefore, you have to take that here, the argument is that adhyasa is also not tenable. It is a little bit scholastic point, but it is important to understand that because you will come across a reading like that. Yeah. I am not sure, just check up with what Sakshaji has said in that book. You know, Swamiji's book, I am not sure what he has said that. Yeah. Huh?
That book he has.
Hmm. He's put what?
He's put anirvachani.
Yeah?
He's put mithya there as anirvachani.
As anirvachani, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There is an alternate reading there where you can present it as therefore anirvachaniyam. Therefore, adhyasa is not possible because happening is anirvachaniyam. Therefore, mithyati bhavitam uktam. Yeah. Then all these arguments will not come in. But these arguments are necessary because what is the attempt of the Purvapakshan? The attempt of the Purvapakshan is to dismiss Vedanta. That will come out only if you take mithya as asat. Otherwise, these arguments will not be valid. Otherwise, you will have to say the whole thing is not a Purvapaksha, it is Shankara's way of introduction. It becomes very tame. That is not how he has written other books. That's not Shankara's style. Even if you take a simple Prakarana Grantha, not simple, a serious Prasanga Grantha like Upadesha Sahasra, he starts by saying it's not possible and makes it possible, isn't it? The whole first chapter that we saw, the prose section that we saw in that camp, the whole thing starts with that. So that is Shankara's style. So we have to take it as mithya, as asat, because that is the way. Though other readings are available, if you want a tame reading, fine. Simple reading, DK, mithya, anirvachani. Yeah. Because again, that is why, because the next sentence is, okay, tathapi anyonyasmin. He says, in spite of that, there is an adhyasa. So, the word here is tathapi. If you look at Ratna Prabha, Anandagiri, Nyaya Nirnaya, Bhamati, all of them say tathapi. But there are some readings, some manuscripts, where tatahi is said. Tatahi means, therefore, this is like this. Here the argument is, in spite of that, it is like this. In spite means, you have to answer the previous arguments. Tatahi means, because of the previous arguments, there is no other thing. It's a scholastic difference, but the scholastic difference is important. I prefer to take it as mithya as asad and tatapi instead of tatahi. Because then usme thoda dam hai arguments mein. Otherwise argument is tame, no dam in it, no spirit in it. Yeah. But it's simpler to understand.
In fact, if you take tathapi, then the importance of adhyasa also comes.
Exactly. So the importance of adhyasa, now what is Shankara's attempt here? See, you have to understand the bhava of a bhashya. The bhava.
Swamiji,
Yeah?
can you clarify tatapi and tatahi? What
Yeah, I will do that more, don't worry. Hold on to that thing right now. Tathapi means in spite of that. Tatahi means because of that. So because of the previous argument, there is adhyasa. Tathapi is saying, in spite of the previous arguments, there is still adhyasa possible. So he is establishing adhyasa in spite of the arguments. That is the difference. We will come to it in detail. When I do that section, I will do it in detail. Okay? So if you are going to say, take it, because the attempt here is to establish the value of adhyasa and the possibility of adhyasa in spite of all arguments against it. What is Shankara's attempt here? Remember, it's a bhashya. A bhashya is, and it's a bhashya on the sutras. Therefore, you are supposed to answer other arguments. This is not a simple unfolding text. Even in an unfolding text, like Upanishads are all unfolding. Okay? You take Kena Upanishad, Mundaka, etc. They are all unfolding texts, where you are unfolding the truth for the student. But there also in the commentary, Shankara brings in Purvapaksha Siddhanta. Why? Because he wants to, only then clarity will come in. Okay? And Brahma Sutra is an analytical text. Because it's analytical, it is not simple unfolding. Because it's not simple unfolding, certain things have to be clarified, argued against, and understood. That's why here I will take it as mithya, as not possible, and tatapi, not tatahi. Only then remember, if you take it as mithya, as anirvachaniyam, or tatahi, then it becomes very prasannam, very pleasant. Yeah?
But if you do that, then the first reason why it got dismissed, which is
Yeah.
there is no adhyasa.
Yeah,
You are feeding to that.
exactly.
And then it will
Yeah. Purvapara is not perfect. It can be made, but it is not perfect alignment. Yeah, true. For instance, said in the first, that non-tenability of Yushmat Asmat is not clarified enough if you take it like this. But still prasannata will be there, but gambiram won't be there. And Shankara's Bhashya is described as prasanna gambiram. It is pleasant also, and there is depth also. So the depth will be brought out only if you take it as mithya as asad and tatapi, not tatahi. Yeah. Now, why is it in that book it is said like that? Because after all, it's come from a parampara. To make it easier for the, probably it's easier for the people to understand, let them understand this much. Because tatapi argument, people have struggled to understand. Okay. By taking it as mithya directly, don't confuse them with two different meanings. Mithya, anirvachanayam, they have been hearing all the time. Take it like that. Yeah. That's why I said that book is a little bit over-edited.
That's why I stopped reading it.
Yeah.
Because I have already attended the Brahma Sutra, and I'm like, now I'm losing it.
Yeah. No, it's good to read. It's good to read, keeping the differences in mind.
Now I will try. Because
Yeah.
now I understand this. Because when we first did it, you had not referred to this argument. That book had not been released.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
I dropped it.
And if you look at the text that is published, that you have in your hand from Amazon, it is tatapi there, and it is mithya is used. Mithya, of course, has to be defined, but tatapi is used. Okay.
I have a question. So initially, actually, one will make an inquiry only when there is nitya, anitya, vastu, viveka. Because otherwise,
Yeah.
one doesn't know that actually.
Exactly. So that is the beauty of it. Look at it. There's an old statement in, I'll explain our question in the answer also. This is an old statement which is very often used in corporate circles. It's used in other circles also. The skills that got you up to here will not take you up to there. You start with nitya nitya astu viveka. I'm not the body, I'm not the atma natma. That is true. That is for the student. Atma and Atma Viveka is for the student. After that, what? You establish adhyasa. But you are mistaking it. You are doing it. In spite of your Viveka, it is happening to you. And then take it forward. Yeah. That's why, okay, leaving the text, going into Vedanta, this thing. First you say Atma Anatma Viveka. Do you remain just by saying, I am not the body? Or you later on with your understanding say, I am not the body, but the body is dependent on me and I am independent of the body. It is the second understanding that will make you see body as mithya. I am not the body is fine enough to start with. But then later on, I am not the body, okay, but the body is dependent on me and I am independent of the body. Why is the body dependent on me? Kene shitam preshitam. Kena Upanishad. By what, impelled by what does the body function? You have to go, yeah. Impelled by what does the body function? The body functions impelled by what? That means for its functioning, the body is dependent on the Atma. Yeah. Yeah. The body is dependent on the Atma for functioning. Without that, it can't happen. Yeah.
But this is only from a functioning perspective or existence?
No, the reality. Because for Satyam Mithya, the Mithya should be dependent on the Satyam. Na? Otherwise, where is Satyam Mithya? There is no Satyam Mithya. If I say pot is pot, clay is clay, then they become two individual realities. So unless I show the pot is dependent on the clay, I can't say pot is Mithya.
But that step Swamiji comes when you go to that pada. I mean,
Doesn't matter which pada, even with aham pada it has to be there. I, body, mind, etc. Tvam pada, also it has to be there. Because body is dependent on me, I am independent of the body. That's why I say, it looks like you are dependent on the body. Because without body you can't function. Then body becomes Satyam, you will become Mithya. That is people's experience because they have not learned, they have become too comfort oriented. Remember my old argument I used to always say? Yeah.
but Swamiji, just one clarification. We also say that one pada you can arrive at without the Shastra. But Satyam Mithya,
You can't arrive. Satyam Mithya also you can arrive to an extent. Not completely. Yeah. That's why Tvam you will come up to Sakshi. That's enough. That's not more than that. Not Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. That won't come. Yeah. Sakshi Jnanam will be there. Yeah. Which is good starting point. But then after that, this step is a Shastra. For that, adhyasa is necessary very much.
so from Sakshi to Satchidananda Atma is the Shastra.
Yeah, so then you need the Shastra there. Therefore, Atmanatma Viveka is the starting point for the student. But then the next step, to see the Mithyatvam of the thing, for that adhyasa has to be established. So all these arguments used are Atmanatma Viveka. Isn't it? Which is true. All Vedantic arguments only. Now, in spite of all them being Vedantic arguments, you still have to prove adhyasa is possible. I will say because of that it is adhyasa. I mean, that is too tame. That's not how it is. Yeah. That's like saying, because you and I are different, we are mistaking one for the other. Ye kya baat hai?
But Yushvat is adhyasa or Yushvat is mithya is not yet proved.
No, he has not yet proved it adhyasa. Yeah, he has to prove that.
It is still Asmat and Yushvat two separate.
Yeah, exactly. You are taking as two separate entities still. Yeah. But in spite of that duality, adhyasa is possible. That's what he has to prove. Okay. Yeah. So today we have seen the Purva Paksha elaborately. Correct? Any doubts up to now? The remaining part I will still do. Or up to now, any more doubts? Check. Okay.
Swami, what's not clear to me when the Vedanta says that there is only one vastu.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is the Purva Paksha saying Vishwa Dasva when there is
Because that one vastu is defined like this, na? One vastu, Atma, is defined as what? Asangaha, Deha, Danyaha, Neti, Neti, iti. So all those arguments he is using. He is not gone to the other arguments to show oneness. In fact, you are thinking like this because you have sat in my class where right from the beginning I do the other way around. Yeah. I don't even allow such a doubt to come up. Because that's Sampradaya with teaching. You don't even allow a doubt. Preempt the doubt itself. Yeah, preempt the doubt.
In fact, in the first stage itself, they are saying that there cannot be any possibility because
Yeah.
Vastu is
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, that is what they are establishing.
Yeah.
And because they are establishing that, this adhyasa becomes the answer to it.
Exactly. Adhyasa is the answer to it. But here is saying adhyasa is not possible. So how is it an answer we have to see? How is it an answer? Yeah. It's beautifully presented.
Swamiji, some, in the sense not very clearly, but some knowledge is there, like our religion also says that Ishvara is one, Ishvara is everywhere, Atma is
Yeah, but unless you understand adhyasa, that Ishvara is everywhere will become just a statement of belief. Number one, even if you take Ishvara as material and efficient cause, you can still take world as real. Ishvara is real. Ishvara is real or false? Real. And he created the world. Therefore, it's as real as your body, as real as you. That's why neti, two netis are there. Both levels. Bhagatyaga Lakshana has to be applied at both levels. Only then it works. Yeah, only then it works. So can you see now, with just this one line, how much clarity of your understanding of Vedanta is coming? Or not yet come in, because answer still has to be given. Exactly. Without Purva Paksha, you can't really understand Vedanta, I'm telling you. That is Mananam. Mananatmaka granthas these are. Mananam. Okay? So now, what is the answer? Answer is simple. Take a little time. So that we will see. Break ke baad. Okay? Next class.